wish we could run it back, but, you know, I guess not.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know this beat, it's a girl KylerB coming at you for a new video. So today we're going to be talking about Love Island USA Season 7 Episode 16. Let's get right into the video. So Andreina and TJ enters the villa. The guys are talking to her. The girls are talking to TJ. So basically talking about, you know, what's your type, blah, 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 blah. Basically, TJ's keeping his cards close to his chest. He's not really saying what his type is. He's saying like everybody is his type. You know, all the girls is his type. And then, you know, Andreina, she's like talking about herself. She's from Spain. She lives in New Jersey currently. She just graduated with her global business degree. All that. So then she's like, you know, Nick, Ace, and Jeremiah caught her eye. You know, of course. And then, you know, Jeremiah was basically saying his type. And basically, Andreina is his type. Like, this man basically said he wanted a foreign girl. And what do we have? A girl from Spain who's Dominican and now lives in New Jersey. That's it. And like, hello? Like, foreign, Latina, driven, family oriented, all that, funny.
Are you cupping me?
No, I'm dead ass. These are my answers from the get-go. Like, they brought his dream girl in that villa. Like, seriously. And I already knew before, like, a lot of situations that transpired with Huda and Jeremiah, I already knew as soon as he found out about the kid, he was about to dip on her, you know, sooner rather than later. I thought it was going to be during Casa, but, you know, it happened sooner. So they brought in the bombshell that, like, fit Jeremiah's type to a T, which is Andreina. And, yeah, that's basically it. He didn't really care about Iris. He was ready to dip on Huda, like, after everything that transpired with them. And yeah, that's over. Huda out for real. So while that's going on, you know, TJ, he talks to Cierra. So while Nick and Andreina are having a chat, so basically we see that they have like multiple chats in this episode where you see Cierra having a chat with TJ, Andreina talking to Nick, you know, Nick trying to put his two like Espanol to use, like, you know, a little poquito, un poco Espanol to English, yeah. Like, you know, they know a little bit, they can speak a little bit, can have a little, you know, starter conversation with it, you know, basically hoping that Andreina is able to teach them. So yeah, we also see TJ and Iris have a chat, which entails of them kissing in soul ties. So she basically says to TJ that her and Jeremiah is basically friendship level. So that just like, he was looking for an out from Huda. I mean, and I guess that broke the camel's back, which was, you know, the yelling across the villa situation that happened. So, and obviously because of that one vote that we did, that singular vote that we did, basically catalyzed everything for them to break up. Because if it wasn't then, it was going to be during Casa Amor that he was probably going to up and leave if they got a foreign girl for him. So then after that, Huda, she basically has Taylor and Alandra basically being her therapist, basically keeping her in check so she doesn't like fly off the handle anymore in that villa. So Huda, she's working. She's like, you know, Jeremiah's out. So she got to go, you know, start from, you know, base one, try to find out who she can talk to and chat to. So she pulls Pepe for a chat, basically say like, you know, you didn't pull me first for the chat. But I'm like, girl, you look like you were married off. You told them that, you know, you were locked in, that was it, closed off, nothing, da. You know, like, that's why he didn't pull you for a chat, because it seemed like you guys were like closed from the get-go when they entered the villa. So now that that's over, you know, you're trying to like, you know, go back around. So, you know, pull for a chat. Hannah felt some type of way. She was telling the girls that, but she never really voiced her opinion to Huda. Anyways, Shelly and Ace, they're having their cuddles and kisses in bed. Like, we're seeing it. It is so sweet to see. Like, finally, like, hello, finally. Like, you know, I've been on the Shelly and Ace, you know, train, but, you know, I had to be cautious because he was acting a fool. you know, with that picking the Maya situation, because that's really what, you know, like put his numbers down, like that the Maya gift. But other than that, you know, they're cool. But then what really shook the table is Nic and Cierra going at it for 25 seconds, according to Nic, which is just like, oh, okay. Like, that's what we doing? It was first Huda and Jeremiah, and now Nic and Cierra, like, oh, okay. But you guys are still open to getting to know, you know, these bombshells. So in the morning, very much in the morning, early on in the morning, Nic is just like, Ace. Like, he needs to have like a, you know, emergency meeting with Ace.
Just like making out pretty intensely. And I think from weeks of held up tension, kind of like started flowing, and it was one of the best 25 seconds of my life.
So he has an emergency meeting with Ace, tells him about it. Ace was like, oh, you guys like got to that level. So he's basically saying like he didn't really want to move that fast. But, you know, like, especially when you get physical in here, like, it starts to feel like, you know, closed off. But he's like, their relationship, like, he really likes Cierra. Like, he's very happy with her. So they had that little chat about that situation.
And I'm not saying I'm closed off, because I'll still have those conversations. But
you're happy.
I'm really happy, yeah.
So then next thing you know, basically they had a nasty milk challenge. Like, it was just a nasty milk challenge, like slopping saliva. Like, it was just nasty. Like, I thought they deaded that. Like, we don't need no more food challenge. We don't need no spitting out milk to each other's mouth. Like, we don't need that. We don't need that. Like, please. It's just too much going on. It's too much going on. Like, please. Like, especially if people want to eat food and watch the show. Like, Like, we don't need that. But anyway, they had this nasty milk challenge. Spit in the mouth, answer some questions like, you know, who's the messiest, who's like, you know, talking stuff behind people's backs. So the people who got the most milk in that challenge was Huda and Jeremiah in that challenge. You know, Huda basically took it on the chin. She even gave, you know, Jeremiah like a milk bath, and, you know, she apologized to him like, you know, sorry buddy, like, you know, being cordial and cool. Basically Nic was going at it in that challenge. He got picked by Andreina and then also Cierra. And I think he also had a kiss with Iris at one point. Like, you know, Nic is basically freaked out. Like, freaked out. Cierra doesn't really like it because, you know, obviously what transpired later. But Cierra keeping her options open too, because she likes TJ too. She's having a conversation with TJ. Her and TJ basically have a lot in common with the sports situation. She was a softball player. He's a baseball player, you know, from the East Coast, Like, you know, she likes TJ. She finds him attractive, So she's keeping her options open. Nic, he likes Andreina. Andreina likes him too. But I feel like Andreina's big number one in that villa is Jeremiah, to be real and honest. Also likes Nic's too, so she keeping that option open. So obviously, you know, they had that little challenge. It was very nasty. Like, no. Get back to the villa. Basically, they said for one of the questions was like, who needs to, like, you know, speak up more in the villa? And I think Iris poured milk at Hannah. So when Taylor and Landra were sitting down with Huda, they were talking about like the whole Pepe situation. And, you know, they're like, oh, did you pull Hannah for a chat? Because Hannah been there for you throughout the whole Jeremiah situation. And you're over here pulling her guy for chats and like kissing him in challenges, and you haven't pulled him once.
Hey, that's okay. It's bad, Hannah.
Listen, your girl, she's a fun time.
So like Taylor, you know, Landra was basically saying like, you know, just talk to her, not for permission, but it's like to let her know, heads up, like, hey, I'm gonna be talking to your guy. So she did have a one-on-one with Hannah, like apologized for it, just said like, you know, I don't know what to do because like for the first 2 weeks here, I've been, you know, chatting to Jeremiah the entire time, and then now I gotta start from scratch. So, you know, she basically apologized. You know, Hannah kind of understood where she was coming from, that she kind of felt like some type of way because it was just like, you know, Pepe's her man. Like, you know, they were doing some activities the last episode. So she's like locked in with Pepe right now. But yeah. So that was situation, but Huda worked. She then went to TJ, had a little conversation. She flirting with him, laughing kiki. Went to Soul Ties, chat with him.
See?
Oh, do you wear contacts?
No.
Oh, so you're just blind right now.
That's
you don't even know what you're looking at, right?
I'm just kidding. No, I can't see far, but I can see you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many fingers now? Hold on.
7. I'm just kidding.
But I feel like TJ likes, out of the roster in that villa right now for TJ, he likes Cierra, Iris, and then Huda. Like, to be honest. Now, when they came back for the nighttime, Iris was like, oh, TJ never really said anything to her, even though they shared a kiss the night before in the Soul Ties. So she, Amaya was basically like saying, like, try to, like, speak to him once more time. And if he still doesn't, like, reach out to you or whatever, then it's kind of dead. So there we have with that. But, Huda was working. She put in that work. She said she wanted to stay in that villa for real. So then we have this whole Austin and Amaya situation. In the challenge, Austin kind of seemed a little bit too tired of, like, Amaya kind of, like, being all over him. But I'm just like, Austin, which is it? You were kind of tired of being a triangle, Shelly kind of not giving you that much attention. But then we have Amaya who's giving you all the attention, all about you. You're kind of like, oh, it's too overwhelming, da da da.
Yeah, she fucks with you, bro.
I know. Well, you know what I mean, bro.
That shit was not normal. That shit's not normal.
But I've never really been uncomfortable with a girl before. Being like
which is it, Austin? Uchiwaya one night, because how you tired of Amaya? Amaya's the reason why you're still in that villa, to be honest. Because you would have been dumped. And luckily, we got the favorite Islanders vote, so pack your bags, because I don't know who in the world is voting for you for the favorite Islander of a guy. You tired of Amaya? Like, you lucky you in that villa, to be honest. To be honest. Like, hello? But Amaya's like, she's like glad that she can be herself with Austin, da 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 da. So she asked Austin later on, point blank, hey, do I do things that make you feel uncomfortable? Is calling you babe feeling uncomfortable? Like let me know. He's like, no, it doesn't make me feel uncomfortable. Like, so I'm just like, so you were telling Jeremiah earlier that you felt a little overwhelmed by the whole situation, but then now you're telling her, like, oh, you don't do nothing to make me feel uncomfortable.
But when I call you babe?
no. I know you're a very affectionate person.
Okay.
I know that's just
because, like, I know, like, we have a good communication.
Yeah.
And I know you're...
So the last thing of this episode was basically Andreina and Jeremiah having a chat. And, they're talking, kikiing. Basically, she said she's 24. She never had a relationship before. She's basically saying, like, she's a cat. She knows what she wants, but... she's not talking to somebody just to talk to somebody. She's talking to somebody if she sees a long-term future with them. So, like, Jeremiah, like, that's his dream girl. Like, what do you mean you never had a relationship? So he's like, he only did one before. He's 25. She's 24. And I'm just like, this is his dream girl. I mean, Huda would have been his dream girl, but unfortunately, kids was a deal breaker for him. Andreina doesn't have kids. So, like, he extra happy, So later on, after this whole situation, Andreina's like, very like happy with Jeremiah in the sense that she likes his, look, his personality, whatever. So they share a kiss, and I'm like, oh, okay. And Jeremiah over here like doing a lot with this kiss. So I'm like, oh, okay.
She got soft ass lips, I ain't gonna lie.
Anyhow, the episode ends, and his favorite Islander vote, I voted for Shelly and Ace. Like, no shade to the rest of the Islanders. Like, Alondra too, if I could have got two votes in, I would have voted for Alondra as well. But, I had to make sure Shelly and Ace, my clients, Alondra's too. She's on the list too. Don't worry. I feel like Alondra's good. But I had to personally vote for Shelly and Ace. Those are my people. Sorry to the rest. Nic would have gotten a vote too. No shade to Nic. He would have gotten a vote too if I had to vote for another guy. Also in this episode, Nic, he kind of was Huda's spokesperson, because it's kind of funny how he kind of like flips on Huda and basically like, he wants her out of the villa. He's tired of her, da 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 da. But then he was like commending her for like, even though she got ragged on in that challenge, she still was like, took it on the chin, apologized to Jeremiah even for just throwing milk on him, because she was like, 2 days ago, she would have been like cursing him out and be like, you deserve that, da 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 da. So like him being her spokesperson is kind of funny. And it also kind of shows you that he's not necessarily like Ace's follower, but like maybe second in command. Like, you think Taylor is the second in command, but I think Taylor is really the follower. And, Nic is kind of like, the second in command, like, I'll do it because you're my dude, like, that type of situation. But other than that, you know, he basically spoke up. And anyway, guys, this was episode 16 of Love Island USA season 7. And if you guys like this video, like the video, comment down below, let me know that's kind of concern. You guys subscribe to my channel, subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.